Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Disco Elysium, where we have a lot on our plate here, but I think it's a good idea to focus on this job for Joyce for right now, because I'm really just desperately hoping, first of all, that we'll get some XP out of it, and secondly, that we might be able to convince her to give us some money, because man oh man would I like to sleep indoors, and apparently I'm willing to compromise on some things to make that happen, because capitalism. Hey, look at that. Realism in your video games. I will say, before we get going here, I don't necessarily think that realism is itself a virtuous thing, and this is just on my mind because I was reading the Steam forums and the reviews a little bit for this game before starting up today, and there are a bunch of people who are making the argument that it's great that the game has racist characters in it and the ability to be racist. It has all this like gritty, dark stuff because that's real life, man. And like the core of their argument seems to be that it's better for art to be more real. But I don't like what is the core of the philosophy that makes that true? You know, realism is a tool, right? Realism itself is not virtuous in any way. Realism is a tool to get to a place, and like your goal and the execution of that goal are the things that are or are not virtuous. I don't know. I found the way that the way that some people are talking about this game very off-putting. And like in general, I would prefer the games not give a whole lot of airtime to like racist ideology. And I can't entirely blame the game. I definitely egged on that racist truck driver and made sure that we heard all the things he had to say. So I'm definitely at fault there a little bit too. But I'm curious where this is all going. And I guess what I'm saying is I'm willing to give the game an awful lot of benefit of the doubt, but I sure hope that we're going somewhere that like justifies the fact that we listened to that. And I guess to some degree it's on me to make sure we get there as well. So we're going to go and interrogate the drivers about the smuggling, which I guess means we're probably going to be talking to that guy again. And where's my thought cabinet? How are we doing on time on these? We are 28 minutes off of this and an hour 46 off of that. All right, just to sort of rebuild my place here. All right, let's get moving. Let's do the thing. Have we tried this door? I don't remember trying this door. A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. Well, this is not exactly on our way, but hey, let's find out. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. Knock again, but this time more so. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Hold on, who am I speaking to? Let's not be throwing our authoritarian weight around too much.
It don't matter who I am. Now, go on, get out of here.
From within comes the faint sound of a broom sweeping across the concrete floor. Well, now I am given literally no choice but to throw my authority around.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
Lady, will you please let me inside? It's cold out here. Now let's, hey, no, seriously, I'm the police.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building.
And honestly, pushing this thread's probably a bad idea, because if she doesn't believe I'm the police and I keep saying I'm the police, at some point she's going to want to see my badge, and then...
Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She doesn't mind people being inside, she just doesn't want to be responsible for them being inside. Backyard door, there must be another entrance to the east. Why is that a visual calculus check? That's just like basic logic. Kim, will you please tell her we're real policemen?
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply, just faint sweeping sounds inside. Well, I don't know why I thought that would work. I was just hoping that if we got into an argument about it, he could show his badge. Oh, this person believes I'm a cop.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue d'Esperance. You wait and see.
Cool. Do you mean with the paint or the other thing?
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth? Blood type? The last time I was tested for Hep C?
I, I wonder what happens if you just pick every option that contains the phrase "I am the law" all game. How many thoughts would you have to plug into your thought catalog to basically just be Judge Dredd? Hep, yeah, sure. When we last lady, stop giving me a hard time. Just answer some questions, okay?
Ask away, pigman, but I don't promise to answer.
Yeah, the fact that she calls me Pigman suggests that she's not going to be super helpful. Keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at? She turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully toward Joyce, performing maintenance on her boat. Hatred? Disgust? It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring. She hisses, "That Ozon whore. Someone's got to keep an eye on her." Do we know what... I don't think we know what Ozon means. Okay, well, the encyclopedia does. It's an archipelago, 2 days' travel away from Revachol. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez. Oh, you mean Joyce? Maybe I shouldn't be... I really wish I'd had another option there. On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world. Why all the negativity? Or should we just... I could just say that I don't like her either and try to get in with her. I don't know. Hopefully not loud enough for Joyce to overhear, although I assume I'm speaking fairly loudly for her to be able to hear me up on the balcony. You know what? Joyce is a professional. I don't think she cares whether or not I like her, as long as I do the job. She gives you a stately nod of approval. Pig's not half as dumb as he looks. Yeah. Hey, what are you doing to this wall? Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aerograffito visible from low orbit. She studies the wall, suddenly pensive. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Hey, I have an opinion on this. You want to hear it? Yeah? Well, I could tell her that this is hooliganism, but first of all, she's not good, I'm not gonna be able to stop her. I can't even get up there. And secondly, what is the utility of that? Yeah, I love public art. Don't mind us. You just keep doing what you're doing. I think our character probably does love public art. There's definitely the version of this guy I'm thinking of in my head. There's definitely sort of a crunchiness to him. Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval. She means thank you, Rhetoric. I hope my intonation makes it clear that I already got that. Do you, by any chance, know anything about this murder? She wrinkles her nose. I ain't no Stitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts. Man, I wish that were true. Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner. We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. I do love to call people fucko. She's stolen my heart with that one. Alright, catch you later, Cindy. This has been fun. And watch your back, Ungulate. We've got eyes on you. It does kind of feel like everyone's watching me. That might just be the, internet thing. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, there's a doorway over here. I don't think I realized that we could walk through here before. And there's another pallet of something. Oh, and behind it, free stuff. And by free stuff, of course, I mean somebody else's stuff. Hey, look at this big space where there isn't a mural. This is the wall on the side of an apartment building. Why am I looking at this wall? Gee, what a surprise I didn't pass that. You have no clue. It's just a wall. Man, I would love to lay down a mural of my own, though. So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling. What is Shivers? Tune in to the city. Shivers come when the temperature drops and you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. It enables you to hear the city itself, to truly belong on the streets. Interesting that that's in the physical grouping. Okay. Well, we'll come back. As ever, we'll come back. Oh, hey, we're on the other side of this fence. Excuse me, child. Please be helpful.
Trying to sneak up on me. Come to slit my throat in my sleep.
Well, you're awake. Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Well, she can damn well turn around then.
Pigs come to take me out.
Sorry, are you sleeping right now? Oh, don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever. I mean, you know, relative to present company.
Trying to sneak up on me again?
Okay, we do not get any further conversations. Well, I mean, what are the odds that she was ever going to be useful to us, right? A garden hose. This won't be of use until the snow melts. Well, what if I wanted to use it for things that aren't hosing? Let's not get specific about that. I'm just saying we should probably pick it up. Another splattering of bullet holes in this wall. And we should probably... Now, you know, we'll finish investigating. I was going to say, we should probably get on the job and then come back here later, but we're already here. Why not? Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. And down here, it looks like stairs down to a door. Just a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. And I can't interact with that from here. Alright. What about this closed door? Looks like I can do more than look at this one. There must be another way in here. Balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging. Okay. Hey, guy. You want to answer some questions? You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Wow, that's an unusual accent around here. He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. Yeah, I think he's going for like a real Bowie sort of energy here. Is he I mean, if he's whispering, we can't hear him. He's definitely not whispering, but I get what you mean. So he's talking quietly. Hey, listen, no trouble from me. I just want to know what's going on.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing. Yes, thank you, Visual Calculus. I also read the description. Listen, buddy, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to
Is
you.
it really that important?
It's literally a matter of life and death.
Alright, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Should we start with his name? Is it more suspicious if I do ask his name or if I don't? I'm not a very good cop. I don't know if that's clear. Let's just get to the important question. We have limited time. Looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging? I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away? No, not really. We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday? Oh, he waves lazily with his cigarette. You already asked me that, didn't you? Did I? No, not you. He gestures idly. Some more muscular type, so he means a cop. He's been questioned by somebody who told him that they were a cop. The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down. And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman? Last week? I don't know. Look. He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead houseplants litter the scene. He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word? Okay, well, that's not what I really felt like was happening here, but okay, good to know. Apparently he's very convincing. You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday? He sighs. I had a friend over. Okay, what kind of friend? It was my Sunday friend. What's your friend's real name? Did he see something? He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles. Okay, can you tell me your name at least? My name is Martin Martinez. Huh, that's gotta be a stage name. It's definitely not his real name. You're not actually called that, are you? No, of course not. Can you please lower your voice? He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well, every sound captured and reflected back. All right, well, thanks. You've not been helpful at all, just like everybody else. And we'll talk later. No, we won't. He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the balcony. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going. Oh, but I have these incredible powers of suggestion. Look at how fine my jacket is. This isn't the time or place for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains? Hey, listen. I'm just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet again somewhere else? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion, and a hint of understanding. When he speaks again, his voice is soft and deliberate. I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butt sailing over the rail. But hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing toward a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign! Good luck with the investigation. He walks away. Okay, that's interesting. So he really, really doesn't want it to be seen that he was talking to the police, but he knows something. He's gone. The lieutenant puts away his notebook and turns to you. Well, we should run after him and see where he went. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. So we just give up? He could be a witness, him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. So I assume that's a person who knows something already and is trying to ascertain what else was known. Like, if the Dockworkers Union was involved in this, I'm assuming it's an agent of the Dockworkers Union. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. The lieutenant nods toward a small rock on a soggy patch of grass. I'm sad that he also noticed it. I feel less special for having done so now. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment. Okay, well, great. Let's examine this rock then. Let's get what I'm assuming is the key hidden under it. A stone like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Perhaps there's something under it. In fact, there's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt. Hey, what a surprise. This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments. The man could be in any of them. So how are we going to find the right one? You know, what we could do is just ring every buzzer that worked so well for us in the past. Well, we'll just have to go in and see. Yeah, I suppose so. Having a thought here. Oh, I completed this. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. That is a small house. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now. Well, that's not exactly what I was hoping to get, but alright. We got... Speed gives one... Does it mean if I take some amphetamines, I'll gain a psychic or a psychology? I think is the name of that thing. No, psyche. Psyche is the name of the stat. Probably. And the learning cap for perception is up. Our learning cap for perception was 4 before, I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay. Well, we are very perceptive. That's the thing we know about this character. We have interviews to do. It's still... it's not even evening yet. We're fine. Let's investigate a little bit. You know, our job. Let's do our job a small amount. And then we'll go do someone else's job and try to get paid. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. Hey, free chemicals. Really, we can't just take... Like, this jacket must have inside pockets. I feel like we could just take stuff. An old shoe rack. Boots, sneakers, and old slippers. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. It's fascinating. The person who lives here must have 6 feet. Apartment 12. A loud rumbling snore comes from within. Is this an apartment door? Or, oh, maybe this is like a communal bathroom? Yeah, must be. What have we here? Some magnesium and Commodore Red. I'm intimately familiar with this stuff, apparently. And what's that? Moss crawls on those bathroom tiles. Actual moss. I'm assuming that means that this place is, first of all, obviously, is damp and doesn't get cleaned, but secondly, must not get used very much, right? I guess this is high enough on the wall that even if people are showering in here, they wouldn't necessarily be, like, interacting with it or getting water splashed on it. These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Kind of slime that steals punctuation. And up here, a small amount of money. We're doing it. We're living the dream. We'll have that 130 real together in no time. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall, inverted. This isn't just a 5-pointed star, it's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words. Is that okay? I trust you. Inspect the symbol closer. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure. Okay, well, why is it up? Let's ask some questions about this symbol, because I think it's quite strange. Why is the star upside down? To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Okay, fair enough. It's pretty straightforward. Also, some social democrats were already using it. Okay, what about the antlers? The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it. You know, accord with the natural world does sound like a pretty good idea, what with the thing we're seeing happening now when you live the other way. Why white? Because white is the color of peace. Okay, fair enough. And what does it evoke in me? Nothing at all yet. Right now it's just meaningless shapes on a wall. So far the game has definitely had what I feel is a... By the way, we can see a person's feet up there, so that's interesting. The game has had what I would describe as a sort of a scholarly tone. So I'm assuming that when they say the word communism, they mean it in a way that's pretty close to the actual definition, instead of the crappy way it gets thrown around by, let's say, conservatives in bad faith in our popular culture. Well, I guess let's knock. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11. The padlock is a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would likely make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, there's no reason to knock, right? This door is padlocked from the outside. There can't be anyone in there. Let's just let ourselves in, right? Tools menu. Never ever put away your flashlight. Okay, should be pretty easy. The shackle snaps like a twig and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter. After you, detective. Trying to be stealthy here as we conduct our investigation. So another upside down star in antlers. Real lithography. I don't actually know what that means. I've certainly heard things described as a lithograph before. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. That's probably true. I think that probably holds. I'm gonna do something a little unusual here. We're gonna Alt-Tab and I'm gonna look up what a lithograph actually is. I'm sure it's just like a style of applying ink to paper, right? A print by lithography. Thanks, dictionary.com. That's extremely helpful. A method of print originally based on the immiscibility of oil and water. Okay, yeah, it's not terribly meaningful here. Just some technique. This is not somebody scrawling this quickly with a pen. Somebody who knew what they were doing made this. Door number 9 is locked. It also has a very odd... Is it padded, or are these carved into the door? Can't really tell what's going on there. This might be our man in here. You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. Sounded like a woman's shoes. Do women's shoes sound... I mean, I guess if they're wearing heels. Okay, knock again. This time the steps come closer. "Who is this?" demands a female voice, wary and tense. "Is it a good idea to do this, in this place?" Here's a question. Something I maybe could have gotten a little bit of a better sense of over near the docks. The police don't really come around here much. The place is largely policed informally by the dock workers union. How do the striking workers and the communists and everything feel about the police? My assumption was that they would not be big fans. That's maybe based a little bit too much on, the politics of the real world. But the dock workers union probably is not very much in line with their beliefs. And if the police and the dock workers union are at odds, we could end up with sort of an enemy of my enemy thing. I'm going to say this is the police. Let's see what that gets us. Do I have to open the door? You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge. "Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant." "Let's go," the lieutenant says. "We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment." "Yeah, aside from the fact that I'm curious, does that count for nothing?" It does. It does count for nothing. So this will be the woman that we heard sweeping. That's a door out to the balcony. The graffito says, "A firing squad for the rich." Yeah, fair enough.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing. Also, she's probably not enjoying the flashlight directly in her face.
Coal never does any good for my bronchitis.
Oof, I've been there. "Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?"
I'm fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
What you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. Thank you, Logic. She knows the floor plan and the residence. Yeah. I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony. Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right? She looks at the other end of the hallway. Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You can hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower. It's not like super useful information. What's he in trouble for? Oh, he's wanted for murder. Did I not make that clear? No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? Talk! The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath. What was so funny about... no, I know what was so funny about that. He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening. Thank you. Kim turns to you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony, see if he's home. Yeah, should we question the cleaning lady anymore? I mean, she probably doesn't know anything relevant to any of our immediate goals. And again, there's always the concern about wasting time. I think we'll just bounce for now. So this will take us out through that the door in the courtyard. If I go out through here, is it going to make this door available to me from now on? Have I unlocked it from the inside here? Because if so, that seems like a convenient thing to do. Or a thing that I will find convenient later. Okay, yeah. It's possible that we will be able to interview the drivers pretty late into the night. Who knows? They might even be sleeping in their cabs, right? The note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. That goes out onto the balcony. What's this? Is this like police tape? Oh, that's like a pretty serious lock there. Why do I have an... Oh, because I haven't clicked on this bottle yet. A large crimson bottle of cheap sugary wine, made of poverty, sugar, artificial taste enhancers, and a vague memory of grapes. That window broken? Sea below looks cold and winter gray. And this might be, it's just like papered over, I guess. Someone has torn down this wall. Well, I mean, you lock the door securely enough, you're going to force people to go the other way. An old grocery list on the table, and checks. So suggests that whoever was here was taken out pretty quickly without being ready for it, probably. Some Nosafed, a little bit of money. Do love some Nosafed. What is up here? A book. 16 Days in Coldest April. Do I have time for a book right now? I should probably not mess with that at the moment. We'll look through that later. We can get up here and talk to, I've forgotten her name already. Whoever the Skull. Skull's the important part. That's a secret about people. The skull's always the important part. I'm getting very far off track. Hey, how's it going?
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves, but here you are.
That's right, we've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. Hey, is that heavy fuel oil? He studies the contents of Cindy's bucket. Red dyed heavy fuel oil intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise. Why would that be a thing? Okay. What did you think I was using? Aquarelle? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself, back in Jamrock. I guess that's clever cultural commentary. You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo. Really? I can't follow up on that at all? Okay, fine. Seems like that was an opening to conversation, I thought. Alright, so... this will go back into the building. We could check the, I'm right here. I'm above you now. The lock is rusty. The chair's new, though. Someone lives back here. Alright. We'll come back some other time. This should take us back into the upper floor of that same building, though, right? I definitely want to find that guy's apartment before I lose track of this story in my head, which is sometimes a truly labyrinthine nightmare. Well, this is not where I was trying to go. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Yeah, I mean, that seems like a reasonable guess. Oh, wait. 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate. The rats of the city. Enough coal to last for several winters, but smells of chemicals. Oh, hey, wow, that's a lot of money, actually. Interesting that that one was outlined in blue while this one was outlined in green. I still don't really understand the significance of the different outlines. We got ourselves some new pants. Although these jeans look worn, the wearer must have had an ass given to them by the mighty Lord himself. Well, I mean, if you believe in that sort of thing, don't you believe that all asses come from the mighty Lord himself? That beautiful peach-shaped man-ass has imprinted itself so deep in the fabric, you can't but wonder if wearing them would start molding your own vague rear side into a more shapely form as well. +1 electrochemistry from having a god ass. But -1 reaction speed for being hind-sighted. Too distracted by my own ass to do my job. I mean... do I want to put these on instead of my current pants? They have the same benefit, but a different penalty. And we've had to rely on our savoir-faire a number of times now. I think I am going to swap these. I mean, granted, reaction speed seems important, but... the pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look calm, cool, and collected. In various orders. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something soft yet crinkly. We found a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. That's weird. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Sige, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in sur la clef into the apricot-flavored chewing gum loved by kids of today, and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your fingers. Yeah, maybe I have chewed the gum before. It doesn't seem like such an outlandish idea. Hey, Kim. Kinda in the... okay, I can't interact with that anymore. I've gotten all of the value I'm going to get out of that. Alright, well, we will also investigate that soon, but I want to try to get to this guy's apartment first. So I guess I have to use the stairs inside the building. I can't go up over the balcony. I don't remember seeing this. Whatever. We'll get down in there and we'll find it. The building's not that large. Can't be that far away. Oh, wait. I failed to check this box while I was up here. Okay. I mean, we've made a hell of a lot of money today relative to the amount of money we've made over the series as a whole. Ooh, most checks have secret difficulty modifiers. Talking to the right person might reopen one. You know what? We might have one of our checks reopened, like the check to climb down that balcony above the whirling in rags. Now that our savoir-faire has gone up a little bit because we took off the penalty that we had there. Okay, what about this way? This will take us up to the appropriate balcony. You do have to get upstairs outside, just not on that side of the building. Don't be afraid to say weird things is kind of good advice for life in general, I guess. Listen, there are some things you shouldn't say, but not because they're weird. Tell me there's a bunch of money in this coffee can. Hell yeah. Curtains shift, just a little. Someone is watching from within. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Well, one of those things is definitely supposed to be there. Man, people just leave money everywhere. So this probably goes back inside. I'm just taking a look around out here real fast, quick, first. You know, real fast, quick first. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. No parsley or sage, though. Apartment 28. This must be the place. The door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives. I don't know why that's a reaction speed check, and also, yes, thank you, I remember. Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door. No one answers. Looks like the young man we're looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. Alright, I was hoping that we'd be able to get him now because we just saw him walk away, but I guess we didn't actually see him go inside. We should return tomorrow after we've finished with our day's work. How about 2100? Sound good? Sorry. Sorry, what? No, yeah, that's fine. Okay. I don't know how he knows the guy won't be home tonight. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry, you'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today. The voices in our head are very chatty sometimes. This is the door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. I'm not allowed to knock on the door, apparently, despite the fact that I know someone is home. Seems a little odd. Just a door. Nothing for you here right now. Oh, yeah? I'll be the judge of that. Hey, run. Hey, go faster. Okay, they were telling the truth. There is nothing here for me right now. Well, I don't think this was a waste of time exactly, but it's a thing we will not be able to cash in on the value of right away, which means I need to get back to work. I don't know, we got some new pants, we got some money. It's probably a decent use of our time. Mostly what I was hoping for was enough XP to level up, which we may yet get during our interviews with the truck drivers. Let's actually... Were we thorough over here? No, I did miss something. An orange bum hat. And also some Nosafed. I don't have a hat on. An orange beanie with a couple of big-ass holes in the side. It looks like it might have been used as a mask during an armed robbery. Do I want to lose a point of rhetoric? I don't know, like reaction speed... It sounds like reaction speed is important based on its name, but it sure hasn't done a hell of a lot for us yet. I'm going to keep my rhetoric skill up. This is a game that so far is almost exclusively about talking to people. Seems like we want to be careful with our talking about people skill. Alright, let's go check out the truck drivers. Now that we have some actual specific questions to ask. And you know, it didn't even strike me last time that the racist truck driver might be the humanitarian aid guy. I guess we ought to go interview him as odious as I find him. Let's start with this dude, though. The one that I actually like.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind?
Hey, you seem like a man who knows about drugs. Ah, man, me and narcotics go way back. He folds his hands behind his head and leans back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? Not really. But, he pauses, letting the memory dissipate. Those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man? Let me be straight with you. This guy, I think, has shot pretty straight with us. We can return the favor. I'm just trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. The lieutenant steps in. We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock. Oh, not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's heading toward a conflagration. Okay, well, who do you think could be conducting the drug trade? This is a silly question, when we know damn well he's hanging around because he actually can't leave. Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal belly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions. We wouldn't say he's lying, sire. Yeah, all right. We'll come back. I'm not gonna hit this dude up for money. There's no way he has enough money for it to be meaningful. All right, let's go talk to this guy. So he said there were 3 truck drivers. There's that woman who wouldn't talk to us earlier. Maybe we can make some headway on that now. I had not assumed that she was a truck driver. I kind of thought she was maybe like a person who lives in that building that she's in front of, but maybe. Let's go see if she'll speak to us. Oh, you know, that might not be a building. Alright, I'm going to try snapping my fingers in front of her face, as rude as that is.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Okay, I'll snap my fingers twice then.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality. Me? I'm the law, you know that. Are you alright, ma'am? You were kinda out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in the traffic jam. In the 50s.
Oh yeah, the 50s, it's the worst. When else would you be, then?
Back in Mefke, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and coffees are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a nearby date of picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro.
Her accent is real strange.
Until you come along, that is.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt your dreaming, ma'am.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, low man. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Her eyes narrow, and she appears to take your measure. I don't think you're remembering that correctly.
While you people were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution. In Mefke, it was a golden age.
I mean, I don't think I was tearing anybody apart. I was probably too drunk. The Republic of Mesca is a massive confederation on the Isola of Mundi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right. So I take it you were in Mesca when you were young?
Someone was.
She nods, as though her meaning were perfectly clear. Does she... Yeah, I think she thinks she was experiencing someone else's memories?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not?
Okay, I'm having a hard time coming up with a good answer to that question, I guess.
They are beautiful. That is all that matters, beautiful and true. And they will win. They are coming for this, you know. All of this.
Sorry, the memories? Okay, listen, I have some other questions for you, like police-type questions.
Why not, Herife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. This did not read to me like a vehicle at all at first. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos, and knickknacks line the dashboard. What are you hauling? Diamonds? Diamonds, really? Course not, she says, grinning. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was? Okay, what are you really hauling, though? This is important. She shrugs. Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. She smiles a careless smile. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. Yeah, sure. But what if the cargo is contraband? Then it's contraband, lawman. What? You want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo. Bad Hand Hermenegildo's bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people. Yeah, that... Why does that thread not end with me asking, hey, can I look at your cargo? You seem like a woman who might know a thing or two about drugs. What do I need drugs for, lawman? What I see, I feel. The great adversary. No drugs can compare. The adversary? Yes, there is a protagonista. She gestures to the intersection. And an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hall. Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest. Yeah, where could I get my hands on an experience like that? If you don't know, she flicks her wrist in a gesture of casual dismissal. Maybe if she thought you were corrupt? so I should just ask her point blank, hey, you want to smuggle some drugs for me? Well, I mean, our sense of drama suggests that this might work, and I think that our character is somewhat beholden to his sense of drama. Listen, I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in, smuggling some drugs, just doing a little bit of crime for me, the police officer. Why would I want to do that? Oh, for commerce, the lifeblood of the Isoldes, that's not going to work for her. For the glory of the world republic, liberation of the spirit and body, that sounds a little bit more like her. Lawman, what in the name of God are you talking about? Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B? Her shoulder bones crack as she shrugs. Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Okay, you said earlier you don't know what cargo you're hauling. Could it be drugs? Just this month I made a half-dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad on the U-41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grad, lawman? Drugs? No, lawman. Diamonds. Again with this. Okay. If you had to guess, who do you think is smuggling drugs around here? Somebody's got to do my job, and we all know it's not going to be me. Easy. It's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. She squints across the square. Also, he's the only one I can see from here. That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others. Okay. If you're not involved with the drug trafficking, then why are you still waiting here? We know the answer to this question already. Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music or the seagulls, look at all the colors and the features of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. That's not the correct palate. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains. I think we're done here, no? He closes his notebook to stress it. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Okay, well, you just sink back into your reverie, and we'll go talk to the guy I was hoping not to have to talk to. Although I have a guess here that he is not going to tell me anything. He's probably not too pleased with the way our last conversation concluded. What with me having told him to essentially go intellectually fuck himself.
Looking for something, Hunt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
Okay, how do we want to approach this? Well, let's start with the easy question. What are you hauling? Not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. Okay, what kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up? Apples? Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide. That's not a very strong argument, really. Okay. Apples? Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions? Oh, you're a truck driver, right? What's your stance on drugs? This is a terrible approach. Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. Your physique suggests otherwise. You smell of booze and cigarettes. What's different about narcotics? You know where that shit comes from? Sara Mariza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage. Racial economic sabotage. It's funny how guys like this are always rah-rah capitalism until they're not doing a good job at the capitalism anymore, and then all of a sudden it's cheating. Alright, I mean, this guy doesn't know shit, right? And if he did know shit, he wouldn't tell me. Yeah, thanks. That's all I needed to know. Let me ask you about something else. I'm wondering if... I'm going to bail on this. I'm wondering if the empathy check that we have to pass with this other dude over here would allow me to get in a little bit more information. Not necessarily even that he's hauling this stuff, but maybe if he knows something. We just need more skill points. Great. 3 T's. How idiomatic. Well, I mean, do I think there's going to be anything of value here? Anything of value for our current cause, I mean. I guess we could ask the locals where they get their drugs. It says GRIH. It sure does. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's try going up here.
Scab?
Asks a man with jolly eyes, tilting his head. You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time. Boy. Yeah, I'm a scab is definitely going to make him not like us, but is I'm not a scab, I'm a cop gonna be much better? I guess this is our opportunity to test that, right?
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
Yeah, I don't think cops strike all that much, really.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
He chuckles, then realizes.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring. No, I'm here investigating a murder. Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. It's actually very fun and easy. You know, I'm wondering, what is the best way to get on this guy's good side? What's the best way to sort of get inside of his defenses? I'm wondering if telling him that, you know, we're all just trying to figure it out as we go might be a good approach. Yeah, man, I have no idea what I'm doing. He whispers back, That's okay, I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. He thinks and then decides, yeah, you know what, don't tell me. It's a better day that way. Okay, hey, what's the strike about? You know, serious business. He smiles. I'm sure the big boss would be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first. He's a chatty guy. He wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on better footing with the organization. Yeah, that seems like a thing that's maybe worth doing. It may well be the case that the people who are more familiar with the function of the docks might be able to give us some hints on this drug thing, because my interrogation skills are garbage, it turns out. I'm not getting anywhere. Hey, listen, I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. He gazes over the roundabout with a glint of longing. Okay, does that mean you will let me through the gate? I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. He takes a swig and points up the stairs with his flask. The passage grants itself. Oh, that's simple. I just walk in. Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Past Measurehead. Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Seminese supremacist there. He points to the bridge above the gates. You just walk right past him. Right. Then press the button to unlock the door. Uh-huh. Then go past him again. Okay. And you enter the harbor through the office. Está. For some reason it doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation. Oh, I don't know about all that. Or you could convert to his Seminese supremacist worldview. Or, he strokes his mustache. Maybe it actually is completely impossible. Yeah, has anyone here ever bested him in a physical confrontation? Oh, not yet, no. He fixes his eyes on you, evaluating your prowess. He's incredibly strong. Oh, good. Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview? Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to, not enough intuition. Okay. I'm gonna ask this guy about money, not because I think he will give us money, but because he might know how to make some. He might know where I could get paid for a thing. Although, obviously, he's not, gonna tell me I can take a job here. Oh, sure thing, my friend, I can help you out. He flips a coin toward you, and I catch it with my incredible hand-eye coordination. The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. Swallow returns. Yeah, appreciated. Always glad to help out the RCM. A shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to, He nods toward the protesters. The winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still, better than scabbing, though. The union has problems getting by? Nothing to worry about, really. Jam's a bit of a mess. Cargo can't get in or out. The rationing's a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike, though. Well, every little bit helps, Yeah, I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs. He looks at them in disbelief. This moment, he has suddenly realized he cannot believe the situation. Okay, well, I'm just gonna get stepping then. Good talk, though. Thanks for the money. In case of a strike, press button behind guard. A hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. This is, of course, the button door. There's no lock-picking or door-kicking this one. Well, I'm not generally into any kind of racial supremacy, and also, I don't physical combat all that well, so I can't imagine this is gonna go all that smoothly, but maybe we can talk our way through some other way.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair cop.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. This is her. My body does not betray my degeneracy. We could try to intimidate him. I could try to use my my skill at prevaricating to convince him that I think I could kick his ass to the degree that he doesn't want to test it. I don't know, man. That's probably not going to work. Or we could just argue with him a bunch until he gets mad. Let's try that. My body does not betray my degeneracy.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust, as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Okay, so a couple of these results assume that he's referring to alcohol, which is what I had also assumed. Kim, is it really that bad? Yeah, that's fair. I didn't brush my teeth, so. Also, I have vomited several times today. It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk, and drowned. Good. Yeah, you're right. I'm an alcoholic, but I need to get into the harbor is the thing.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Upload Group B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is reigning.
The ham sandwich race? I don't even know what kind of slur that is. Does this remind you of someone? Yes, it definitely does. That guy down there. I mean, okay. So this dude is talking about haplogroups and stuff. I can't just be like, hey, did you know you're racist? Because, like, yes, he knows and he's proud of it. This is not going to get me anywhere. I could try impressing the importance of the police force upon him. Listen, you can kick my ass, but there's an awful lot of cops and some of us have guns. Or I could just, you know what? I could just ask him for help. Maybe we can get through this with the empathy thing that I'm slowly learning over the course of the game. I just need you to help me do my job, please.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass via for cooperation. How far the Occidental haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race.
Man.
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
Sure wish I had my gun.
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
Alright, I'll say this for him. He's got me on that last part.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There's a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. Okay. I was kind of hoping that we would have the ability to like talk our way through this, like, employ a little bit of subterfuge, but this is all pretty much just me asking him directly about the button or physically pushing him out of the way of the button. He doesn't seem all that smart. You would think we'd be able to like employ some trickery here. Come on, man. I just need you to like step 20 centimeters back.
It is my task to keep the degenerate Khans from entering the yard.
I feel like we should maybe go above him, just like find the next link in the chain of command and talk to them. If I try to push him out of the way, he's gonna kick the shit out of me. I don't think our character is much in a fight on the best of days, and he is definitely not having his best day right now. Alright, this is going nowhere. We could have tried that you're right and just like pretend we're acceding to his worldview, but I don't see how that would possibly have helped. Because he's just gonna go, okay, yes I am right, and also you're still a drunken degenerate. So I'm trying to go downstairs. Can I? Okay, there we go. You can't click to interact on the stairs, you have to actually just click at the bottom. Well, I feel like we've gotten a whole lot of nothing on the thing we are actually supposed to be doing today. Where are we at on XP? Are we close? Wow, we are close. When we finish this, we'll gain some kind of stats. Maybe 24 in-game minutes from now, we'll gain enough stats to do something. I guess before we stop for the day, I do want to try one more thing. Now that we've gained a little bit of savoir-faire from our pants, our extremely nice ass, let's go and see if we can attempt this move on the roof here. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we will be able to do the thing and get our coat, which might have our badge in it, maybe. Or our gun. That's also possible. I feel like if we could just find our gun, or if Kim had a gun or something. Listen, I'm not saying that the way the world should run is police use guns to threaten everybody into doing everything they want, but I am saying I'm so very hungover. Wait, is this even the right way to... Oh, yeah, we climb up the rubble. Yeah. Okay, we can probably attempt this check again because we have effectively gained a point of savoir-faire. Nope, still locked. You have to... So sometimes modifiers reopen checks, but not always. Alright, well, that's disappointing. I suppose that will have to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Progress. Progress is elusive, but come back next time, tomorrow, and we will stumble around until we accidentally make some or pass out from exhaustion. And we'll see you then.